This presentation examines the relationship between business and the political process. I'll focus on how companies shape public policy, build influence, and engage with government in ways that extend beyond traditional market competition. These activities are part of the broader business environment because regulations, public decisions, and political relationships can directly affect a company's opportunities and risks. The central idea is that political engagement can be an important part of long-term competitive strategy. We'll explore the key concepts that help explain how and why this influence develops. Government decisions shape the business environment in very practical ways, from taxes and regulations to labor laws, trade policy, and access to markets. That means political engagement is not a side issue or something reserved for major corporations. It is a business strategy that helps organizations understand risks, protect their interests, and contribute to decisions that affect them. Small businesses, startups, and trade associations can all participate through advocacy and other available channels. In that sense, political strategy belongs alongside market research and financial planning as part of managing the external environment. Lobbying provides organizations with direct access to decision makers, allowing them to advocate for specific policies or push back against legislation they oppose. Direct lobbying is often conducted by paid professionals who meet with legislators and their staff. Larger firms may also maintain in-house government affairs teams, building ongoing relationships with lawmakers and regulatory agencies. This influence is subject to disclosure requirements. Under federal law, lobbyists must register and report their spending, creating greater public transparency around who is advocating and how resources are being used. Political action committees, or PACs, are a central channel for business participation in federal campaigns. Corporations generally cannot donate directly to federal candidates, so they may create PACs that collect contributions from eligible employees and shareholders, then support candidates within legal limits. A major change came with the 2010 Citizens United ruling, which enabled super PACs to raise unlimited funds for independent expenditures. Unlike traditional PACs, super PACs cannot coordinate directly with candidate campaigns, but they can spend independently to influence elections. Trade associations give companies influence they may not have individually. When a business lacks the resources or credibility to lobby alone, the association pools members' voices and presents a stronger, more coordinated position. Collective advocacy is the central advantage. Organizations such as the U.S. Chamber of Commerce can represent thousands of businesses at once, while policy research adds credibility through white papers, economic studies, and supporting data. Associations may also form temporary coalitions, bringing competitors together around shared regulatory concerns and extending their reach across party lines. This slide highlights two complementary approaches to advocacy. Grassroots campaigns build broad participation by mobilizing employees, customers, and community members through letters, emails, town halls, public comments, and social media. That direct constituent pressure can be especially influential during election years. Grassroots campaigns take a more targeted route, engaging mayors, CEOs, civic leaders, faith groups, or universities. These respected voices can add credibility through coalition building and op-eds. Together, grassroots reach and grassroots influence create a stronger, more comprehensive message for lawmakers. Public relations and media strategy can be a powerful pathway to legislative influence. The process begins by framing the issue, using earned media and clear messaging to shape how people understand a policy problem. The central objective is to influence public opinion through advertising, social campaigns, and thought leadership that shift voter priorities and attitudes. Once public sentiment moves, businesses can apply political pressure more effectively because legislators pay attention to their constituents. In that way, public opinion becomes a direct source of political momentum and potential policy change. This slide outlines 3 ways businesses can engage with regulation: submitting formal comments, pursuing a judicial challenge, and negotiating directly with agencies. The most important opportunity is the comment period, when businesses can provide detailed economic impact analyses before a rule is finalized. This is a legitimate, low-cost way to influence technical decisions that may otherwise receive limited public attention. If a rule goes too far, businesses can work with legal experts to establish standing for a challenge, while trade associations can help coordinate broader participation and strengthen the overall response. CSR can function as more than a value statement. It can also build political capital. First, a strong CSR record helps companies appear responsible and trustworthy, which may make policymakers more receptive to their policy requests. Second, voluntary commitments on issues such as emissions or diversity can demonstrate progress and reduce the perceived need for new mandates. Finally, CSR helps align employees, investors, and communities around the company's political positions. That broader stakeholder coalition can strengthen the company's credibility and influence when it engages with policymakers. Political engagement must remain within clearly defined legal and ethical boundaries. The distinction matters. Bribery is illegal, while lobby with proper disclosure is protected. Foreign-linked political activity may also fall under the Foreign Agents Registration Act, or FARA, and coordination between super PACs and campaigns is prohibited. These are not merely technical compliance issues. Violations can expose a company to criminal liability, reputational damage, and loss of public trust. The most important takeaway is that one ethical misstep can destroy decades of brand equity in a single news cycle. Businesses have a full toolkit for influencing political and regulatory outcomes: lobbying, campaign finance, trade associations, and grassroots mobilization. The most effective approach is proactive, coordinated, and transparent. That means engaging the right stakeholders, building collective support, and disclosing activity while following all applicable laws.